Parents probably started with IPM. We were talking about using softer chemistries rather than the harder chemistries that were probably in the 80s and 90s. The idea was you were only trying to kill the insects that you wanted to kill and not all the beneficials. And the next step from that was we were sort of trying to improve our riverbanks and then started putting tree lines around. And we found all those tree lines are actually encouraging sort of beneficial populations of all these good beneficial insects. We'd sort of been believing that those populations that we had in the tree lines could sort of control all the pests, but what we did find was we ended up with a bit of a yield plateau in our cotton as an example, among other crops. So we found we had to do a bit more than that, and then we started looking at what beneficials do we need, and some newer technologies come around about releasing beneficial insects from drones. What we found since is every time we've released for an insect, whether that be in cotton, corn, canola or wheat, is we've never had to spray for the pest yet. So that to me is a fair win. We're looking around this year looking for aphids as a pest, and the only ones we could find were highly parasitised, i.e. most of them were big and brown and gone off. And we're just starting to, and we hadn't released any of the wasps this year. So we're just starting to wonder whether we're building up a residual population in the area in all our tree lines. That means we may not have to release. Now, as I say, it's early days, but it's pretty exciting.